thank you, sir, for having me. Good morning. Good afternoon, actually.
Yes, good afternoon.
So, in this interview, I wanted to ask you some questions about the school, just to know the school a little bit better in terms of the teaching methods and what does make ISM a good choice. So, first of all, you're the headmaster of the school, so I think most of us would like you to know you better, as a person. Probably, I think it would be interesting because you're also the new headmaster, so a lot of people might not know you that well. So could you please just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, my name is Mr. Nicholas, and I am the new headmaster of the International School of Milan. I've been in education for about 30 years in a number of countries. I've taught in Japan, in the UK, and my last placement I was the headmaster of the British International School in Boston in America. I arrived in Milan in August, and I've just taken the position here over the last 3 or 4 months.
And where did you most like to teach and be the headmaster of? Which school was
I think every school is different. What I want to do is to keep learning. The reason why I've been in education for so long is that I think we need to learn something new every day, and to get ideas from different cultures, different nationalities, different educational systems is always beneficial to create a vision for what I believe education should be for the 21st century. So I don't really have a favourite place. I think all schools are exciting, and I want all schools to be really dynamic, exciting places to be for the students as well.
Yes. And your job now, was it what you imagined to do when you were a lot more younger, etc.?
No, not really. So I studied history at university, and I didn't really know at the age of 21 what I wanted to do. So I did something called a PGCE, which is a teacher training course for 1 year.
Yes.
And it was only then that I realized that I wanted to be a teacher. And I love being in the classroom. I teach in every school that I work in still as a headmaster because I like being in front of students.
Yes.
But I also wanted to have a clear vision about what I thought would be outstanding education for young people, which is why I aim to become a head teacher as well.
Also, when you talk about what a school education should be about the culture, etc., I think this reflects a lot ISM. From my personal experience, I think that ISM helped me to develop my personality and my ideas further and to share them with people. So what is the school most proud of, and what is its strong factors?
It's difficult for me to answer that question after a short while, but what I've seen in the short time I've been here is, first of all, it's the curriculum. The International Baccalaureate curriculum is the gold standard of 21st century education because it's a skills-based approach to learning. So rather than teaching knowledge, which a number of educational systems worldwide still continue to focus on, the IB actually looks at the acquisition of skills and prepares young people for college, university, and for future adult life in a far more holistic way than I think any other curriculum does. So that's the first part. The second part, I think, is the international nature of the school. I believe that we have over 40 different nationalities within the school, studying in a harmonious way, learning about different cultures, learning different ideas from each other. So that makes it a unique situation for us to be in, certainly in Milan. And the history of the school as well, the fact the school's been around since 1958, means that whilst being innovative, it's got a very strong foundation in education that can build on.
And I think this is also a question which is more basic, but how does the ISE system work in general? Is there only an international school in Milan, in Italy, or how does it work?
So the International Schools of Europe is a group of schools that were once part of a different company, and they are based in Milan, in Monza, in Como, in Bergamo, I've probably missed one at Ticino maybe.
Yes.
And we actively collaborate with each other to ensure that we're all sharing those ideas, and we have an opportunity to actually build on other people's ideas, share good practice, share ideas to make sure we offer the best. So, I mean, in fact, 10 minutes ago, I was on the phone to the head in Bergamo about something.
So for example, if like one student studied in International School of Milan and then he moved to Monza, can he still like apply like to Monza directly?
Yes, yeah. So what they would, if somebody moved to Monza, so there is a school, for example, in Siena, which is a greater distance. So if your family moved to Siena, then you would apply directly through us to the Siena school.
Oh.
So they are linked. Yeah.
Okay, there. Now talking about the teaching method. So also what I've noticed is that the classes are more, let's say, discussion based rather than lecture based. So let's say that like students all over the world want to apply to your school, but maybe some of them have a low level of English. Can they still apply to your school, or maybe if they do, can they enter your school, and is there like some kind of like academic or mental support that the school offers to them, to those who are more in trouble, let's say, like have troubles learning, etc.?
Yes, so we have a learning support department that will, I think, that will assist students who have specific learning needs. In terms of the language barriers, we've got an English as an additional language department, and they will make an assessment on students' needs, whether that's in the acquisition of English or maybe, because we are in Milan, the acquisition of Italian as well. So for the younger students, it's a lot easier if they have no English at all, because English is the language of instruction at ISM. But for the older students, we will try and do our very best to encapsulate everything. But yeah, if you have no English and you're applying to grade 12, that potentially could be an issue, because the diploma program is quite in depth in itself, and when you're also trying to learn a language. But we will have those discussions with individual families, because fundamentally we as a school want to offer the best opportunities for all young people. We believe it's in this school, but if this isn't the best school, then we'll assist other families in finding other places as well.
Sir, now my question is that, so what makes a good leader? What qualities makes a good leader, and can we acquire them at ISM?
So the answer to the second part is yes. All of the curriculum is based around you acquiring the skills that you need to be successful in future life, and our role is to equip you with those skills, and one of them is leadership skills. In terms of what makes a good leader, one of the most important things is to ensure that everyone around you has the right opportunities to be the best that they can be. So as a leader in the school, I don't make a difference on a daily basis. The people that make a difference are the teachers in the classroom, because they are the leaders of the education on a day-by-day basis and a lesson-by-lesson basis. So my role is to ensure there are no barriers to them being the best they can be, which then in turn means that all of the students get the best opportunities they have to learn and to grow and to reach their true potential. So in a school, it's very much about ensuring that everyone has the ability to be the best they can be, and working together as a team to ensure that our one goal, which is for all students, no matter what their ability or where they come from or where they want to be, have the opportunities available to them in the 21st century.
Also, talking about the school, I had the question of, for example, I personally want to apply in a university, specifically Yale, and major in sociology in the US. How does ISM help us, us students, to think about the future? How can it help us apply to those really prestigious schools in the US?
So in a number of ways. First of all, the diploma program that we offered in grade 12 and 13 is seen as the gold standard for people being a success in college. There's a lot of data to show that IB students are the ones that are most likely to succeed in Ivy League schools or in Russell Group schools or in any university across the world. But more than that, we start from a very young age around getting students to think around what they want to do in the future, give them opportunities to try different avenues, get an understanding about how the skills they're acquiring in school are transferable skills that they can use in jobs. And then on top of that, we have an expert college counselling team who will be able to explain and have massive expertise in the American college system, in the British college system, and in the European and Italian college system as well.
And what are the most, let's say, popular universities ex-ISM students get into?
It differs from year to year, which is lovely because what it means is we are offering a broad curriculum, which means that students have a broad amount of interest. We have a lot of students that go to the highest achieving Italian universities, but we have students that go all over Europe into the UK and many that go to American universities as well. So there's not really a pattern every year, but what we ensure is that the students have the right fit of college for them.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you so much, sir, for this interview. I mean, I'm really glad, to have met you and now to know you better, which makes me even, more comfortable, like with this school because, I think I've already told you, but the thing is that this school made me feel really welcomed. Like this is my first year. I've been here for basically 3-4 months, which is a short period of time, but I personally already feel as if, let's say, I was really welcome and more at home. And I think it also depends on the students, since the student made me feel really welcome. They were all really nice and kind, and I think that also reflects the way your school works and the school's atmosphere. So yes, I wanted to thank you for this, and yes, well, thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the time as well.
Well, thank you for dedicating some time for having me today. Well, have a